This building used to be known as the Ashram Matcham Dispatcher Department. All they do now, of course, is packing. To the right-hand side, though, the two grey buildings, the first one's our National Theatre, all part of the South Bank Arts Centre. The grey building just past there to our right belongs to IBM, the computer company. These buildings recently were voted by 10 of our leading architects as the ugliest modern buildings in London. The small and the tall buildings to the right-hand side are the dark windows. These are the studios for the ITV television. Over to the left-hand side, the white ship with a yellow funnel is the Wellington, once a sloop of the Royal Navy. Now she's used for the Honourable Company of Master Mariners. And if you look just behind the Wellington to our left, look into the embankment wall, and you'll see a stone archway. And that's the Temple Bar, which is the boundary line between the city of Westminster, we're now leaving, City of London, we're now entering. The City of London is one of the smallest cities in the world, measuring 1 square mile. Bit of information about the tides on the River Thames. We have two tides every 24 hours. At the moment, the tide's flooding in from the sea. The tide floods in for 5 hours and it ebbs back out for 7 hours. We have a rise and fall of roughly 7 metres twice a day. Now just ahead of us to our left, the red building built in the Gothic style was the Sion College, a college for the Anglican clergy. The building just past there with a green sloping roof, that was the old City of London School for Boys. And the semicircular building on the corner to our left is Unilever House, headquarters for Lever Brothers, the soap detergent manufacturers. Now ahead of us here we have a group of 3 bridges. The first one, the Blackfriars Road Bridge, opened in 1869. It's the most interesting bridge to span the River Thames. If you look either side at the stone columns, there's a fault to the bridge. Look at the top of these defaults, you'll notice they resemble the pulpits of a church. They was put there at the express wish of Queen Victoria to commemorate the Blackfriars Monastery, which once stood on the left-hand bank in the 13th century, hence the name Blackfriars. Now the red columns you see either side is all what's left of the old St Paul's Railway Bridge. Was designed by one of our famous engineers, is embarked in Victoria House. The third bridge, the Blackfriars Railway Bridge, was actually built a new railway station, which goes right the way across the bridge. To our left, dominating the skyline, the magnificent building, or the magnificent dome of St Paul's Cathedral, designed by Sir Christopher Wren, took 35 years to build and was completed in 1710. It stands 365 feet high. This was a foot for every day of the year. Gathering the crypts of St Paul's, you have the Duke of Wellington, Lord Nelson, designer himself, Sir Christopher Wren. To our right, you see the large chimney stack. This was the old Bankside power station. It's now been converted into a gallery for modern arts, part of the Tate Gallery complex. The bridge ahead of us, the new Millennium Footbridge, now when this opened in the year 2000, it cost £18 million. But it was only open for a few days and it had to be closed. And people walked across and swayed from side to side. As you can see, it's now reopened. It cost another £5 million to put right. Now as we go through this bridge, if you look over the embankment wall to your right, you'll see a narrow cream-painted house with a red front door. This is 49 Cardinal Court Bank side. It's where Sir Christopher Wren lived while designing St Paul's Cathedral. Also, Catherine of Aragon stayed there for a short while before marrying Henry VIII, something she later regretted. Also to our right, the white timber construction with the thatched roof is a replica of the old Globe Vienna of William Shakespeare's times. It was being financed by Sam Wanamaker. He unfortunately passed away. His daughter Zoe took over the completion, opened in the summer of '98. Now playing some of Shakespeare's plays. Ahead of us, dominating the skyline to our right, the tallest office block in Western Europe, the Shard. You can now look up, visit the viewing gallery, and get a magnificent view of London. The next bridge, the Southwark Road Bridge, opened in 1925, the issues bridge to span the River Thames because the approach roads are so hard to find. Now the bridge ahead of us, the Cannon Street Railway Bridge, but look to the right just before we go through the bridge. You see the building there with the red window frames? That's a very old, very famous riverside pub, the Anchor Bank side. Parts of that building is over 500 years old. Many famous people have been to that tavern. People like Dr. Johnson, Samuel Pepys, the diarist. Now just ahead of us to the right hand side, if you look at the dock there, you'll see a replica of Sir Francis Drake's old ship, the Golden Hind. She's open to the public and is well worth a visit. But the bridge ahead of us, the new London Bridge, opened in 1973 by Her Majesty the Queen. The old London Bridge was took down stone by stone. It was shipped off to America, where it now stands in Lake Havasu, Arizona. Look to our right in the gap of the buildings there, behind the trees, you'll see a lovely old cathedral. That's the Southwark Cathedral. It dates back to the 12th century, just inside of the bells. Now, as we go through London Bridge, if you look to the left-hand side, if you look at the gap in the first two buildings to your left, and if you keep looking, you'll see there very shortly the stone column with the golden door fire on the top. Now, this is the monument designed by Sir Christopher Wren to commemorate the Great Fire of London of 1666. If you laid the monument down in an easterly direction, it would reach the exact spot the Great Fire started, in a small baker's shop in Pudding Lane. The ugly looking dark glass building to our left, we don't know much about, we think it might be a training quarters for window cleaners or something like that. But it did up to recently belong to one of the major banks in the city. The sport ground building just past there to our left was the old Billingsgate Fish Market. Stood a fish market on that site for nearly 1,000 years. Well known for its fresh fish and its porters for their foul language. The Billingsgate Fish Markets moved further downstream on the Isle of Dogs. All along the embankment to the right-hand side there's a complex of new buildings. There's offices, private hospital, luxury apartments, shopping centre, public houses, health clubs, you name it, they've got it. All the area to your right is known as A's Galleria or London Bridge City. It's all owned by one man, a member of the Kuwaiti royal family. But also to our right, the large grey warship, the HMS Belfast. She's permanently moored there, open as a museum to the public. Was the largest cruiser of her type in the Royal Navy, last fired a guns in anger in the Korean War. Also one of the first warships to be fitted with radar. Now as we pass the Belfast here to our right, you see the modern round glass building. That's the new headquarters for the Mayor of London. That's the new Assembly Hall. But if you look over to our left, you can see how nicely it blends in with the Tower of London. Commenced in the reign of William the Conqueror in 1078. Then a palace, a fortress, a prison, a royal mint. The last person to be imprisoned in the Tower of London was Rudolph Hess, and old Hitler's deputy. But if you look along the embankment wall there to our left, you'll see the bricked up entry with a writing above it, entry to the Traitors' Gate. Now this is where the traitors of this country was rowed down river by a boat for the Westminster Abbey. Took them through that gateway, where they awaited execution on Tower Hill. Directly ahead of us, the Twin Towers, the world-famous Tower Bridge, opened in 1894, built in its Gothic style to blend in with the Tower of London. The centre bascles of the bridge, what are raised with our shipping crew, weigh over 1,000 ton apiece. They used to be lifted by an hydraulic mechanism, which only needed a pint of water to set them into motion, which was quite a feat of engineering. Now they work electrically and they break down a lot more. Once we go through Tower Bridge, we've just got to make a quick stop over to our left-hand side. That's the Catherine Theatre for the Tower of London. Just to pick a few more people up. Once we leave here, we're direct to Greenwich.